I think by now we're all aware of Beyonce's Trilogy Act and how she's been collecting features from legends, literally like they're infinity stones. So let's get into who I think is going to be on the alleged rock album. I think she's absolutely going to be collaborating with none other than Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder's creativity is literally unmatched. Like, this man has been bending genres since he came out. Like, he has songs from the early 1970s that genuinely feel like they could have came out in the 80s or the 90s or even the 2000s, because he is so ahead of his time. And I think that's the perfect collaborator for what Beyonce is trying to accomplish with this Trilogy Act. Also, they love each other very dearly, so it's natural that this collaboration will probably take place. My next prediction is going to be Lenny Kravitz. He is very genre bending, genre fusing, and he's also non-conformative. So I think he fits very well with the theme of the trilogy. You can't put him in any box. Like, he's just going to do whatever he wants to do, whether that be musically, spiritually. He's genuinely himself in every way, shape, and form. Now, my next prediction's a little niche, but it's this rock group called Bad Brains. They were formed here in Washington, D.C. back in the 70s, and originally they actually started off as a jazz fusion band, and then a year later they turned into the punk band that they're now known for, like the hardcore rock scene. And eventually, they also moved from that to reggae. So once again, fitting into the Trilogy Act of kind of bending genres, never feeling stuck in one box and feeling free to, try different things if you want to. My next prediction is going to be Tina Turner. She is literally the queen of rock and roll. And unfortunately, she did pass away in 2024. However, this Trilogy Act was recorded in 2020 to 2023. So we very well might have a feature from Tina. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this last one is definitely a stretch, but my last prediction, not really a prediction because I don't think it will happen, but I'm hoping. If there's a will, there's a way. It could happen, I don't know. But Little Richard. Little Richard is honestly so influential to rock and roll and just showing that Black performers do not have to put themselves in a box. They can literally transform into whoever they want to be and to create whatever music they want to create without being exactly what people told them they could be. And he fits the theme of the Trilogy Act so perfectly, but especially the rock album, if we do get one. Now, the reason I said this was a stretch because Little Richard, he passed away in May of 2020. The pandemic started in March 2020, and Beyonce says that she recorded the album between the pandemic, like the start of it to like 2022. So once again, it's a bit of a stretch, but you never know. You never know. But that is the end of my predictions for the possible rock album.